Unmute.
Josh, you're muted.
I said Wake Forest. I'm glad I had that muted for what I was saying about you, Rod. That was I had a couple curse words about you, Rod. So I'm glad that was muted. So
Well, that's good. That's good.
yeah, the good Lord was looking over me on that one. No, in all seriousness, what I was saying was Wake Forest, good basketball team, and we had some really good looks. When you go back to watch the film, we really had some good looks, and and in that drought there, we were up 51-49, and it just got away from us again. Gosh almighty, it just got away from us again. And on both, so we had the drought where we had some great looks, but so there's two things that stick out when watching the tape. One, we had great looks, we didn't score, and then we didn't do a good job on that part of getting back in transition defense. It was like just a momentum letdown that because we didn't make the shots, we didn't then fulfill our effort of getting back and building a wall in transition defense. It was sort of a double whammy. And so we got to be better about that. And we've got to eliminate those scoring droughts. We do play Clayton State on Sunday. We were, obviously this replaces the Alabama A&M game that was, not played due to COVID. And we did try to play Alabama A&M, but they weren't able to play. So we tried to schedule it. This was obviously our open weekend because of the bye. So we needed to get the game in. Obviously there was, season ticket holders and, to make sure that we fulfilled all those obligations. So, so once Alabama A&M couldn't do it, we looked around, but we needed, obviously a lot of people ask, well, what about a Division I team? There's a lot of teams. 98% of teams are in conference play right now. 99 or everybody's in conference play. So not everyone can play. And so we need to look at some local schools and not all local schools could play. And one of them was Clayton State. And so we needed to get the game in. So we're playing Sunday. So we're very thankful for that. Give us a great opportunity. I know the coach there, and he's a friend, a longtime friend. He's done a great job at Clayton State, will continue to do a great job at Clayton State. And we're excited to have an opportunity to play on Sunday. And then obviously right after that, there's a quick turnaround next week because you got Wednesday, Saturday, with Saturday being at noon with Miami, obviously Wednesday, Florida State. And so a lot of opportunities. We got to start winning some games, and we'll get better. Our teams have always gotten better. I believe in our team. I believe in our staff, and we will get better, which we've always done, and I believe will happen again this year.
Okay, since we just got, all right, Rod, go ahead, and we'll go to Kelly after that.
Hey, Josh, when you went back and looked at the film, did you notice any things that defensively that perhaps you could change and maybe eliminate some of the problems that you were facing?
Rod, as I mentioned, I really think this, Rod. I mean, we had some great looks on offense, and the stretch where we went on the scoring drought and they went on their run was a double whammy. We missed some wide open shots, but then we didn't do a great job in transition defense. So whether we were in zone or man, the first order of business is getting back and building a wall. But I will tell you, there was, and we just had a lot of great looks, and we just missed them. But I will say, for example, 61-56, we were down 5, late clock. We needed to get a stop. We were in man. Kyle kind of got lost just for a split second. And the kid number 4 hits a 3. And that was kind of the backbreaker right there. And then we came down and had another great look. Jordan got fouled and he missed both free throws, and then he got fouled again. He missed another set of free throws in that stretch. We just one of those things where, the ball wasn't going through the hoop but that doesn't give a reason why not to be great at transition defense. I mean, because there's going to be segments of that, but we just, in that later part, that kind of bit us in the rear.
Kelly.
Josh, you've given up 76 plus in regulation the last 3 games. Sorry. I think only 2 games prior this entire season. And obviously that's a pride point for you is defense. Kind of how do you fix the defense? And I'm obviously that's probably a frustrating number for you. I know you don't like to give up, more than 65 or whatever it is, but
Yeah, 60. Yeah, Kelly, 65 is about my limit, and I mean, listen, I understand there's gonna be some games where it's gonna be because of higher possessions, but we're not getting 7 kills right now. That's another thing, Kelly. Like we're just not getting the kills. When I said kills, like the 3 stops in a row that's needed to get to 7 for us to win the game. And that's been a problem, Kelly, and you're exactly right. And but I think the first, let me say 2 parts to that, Kelly. You got to remember we're these guys they're young men, they're 18 to 24, and they're not robots. It's just by natural tendency when you struggle to score at time. I mean, we can all talk about saying it's easy to say, hey man, get back and be excited, but it can be demoralizing. I mean, it's just by natural human instinct. You don't see the ball go through the hoop for a while. And you got to remember in basketball, it still is the objective of the game is to still score more than the other team. And that's something that we and we're a young team, we've got to be better from everybody, myself, our young men, just everybody from seniors to freshmen that, hey, yes, we're going to have scoring droughts. And unfortunately this year we've had a lot of them, but in order for us to win, we're going to almost have to pitch a shutout at times defensively. Because we're just not going to, because this has been a common theme with our drought. So we've got to be so good defensively. And that starts in transition defense. But Kelly, it's natural. You do it for a while and you start missing some great looks. It's just, it's human nature. The person that misses the shot's a little frustrated, and the person that passed him thinks he's getting an assist. It's just a frustrating thing. And that's where we've got to grow as a group. And that could be a big thing for us to really help us to be the best team that we can be, is fixing that. And so that's one, Kelly. And 2, obviously scoring the ball, will, if you can just score a little more, be a little better on some percentages, it's going to also slow some things down and let you be better defensively. But we've got to be better defensively, and it all starts in transition defense.
Back to Rod.
Hey, Josh, after the game, you talked a little bit about the play of the bigs, and you mentioned Jordan Mecca. Is the Clayton State game a game where maybe you might be able to get a chance to use him in some extended minutes to see what he's all about?
We're in a position now, and listen, and I love our bigs. I mean, I love our 3 bigs. I mean, they're young. And as I mentioned after the game, they've got to, we need some more shot blocking, interior presence from them. And I've told that to them personally and, in front of our team, and they know that. I mean, but they're young. I mean, they're going to be really good, and we need that interior presence, shot blocking and stuff. But I'm going to try to win the game. So whatever happens, Rod, however we got to do it. I mean, if I got to play 5 guys to win, or we get to a 12, I don't know, whatever we got to do to try to win the game, we need to try to win the game, and we need to get back in the winning ways and playing the right way to hopefully give us an opportunity to be the best we can next week against, 2 great opponents coming into home. But, we're not in a position where we can we're going to have to play well on Sunday to win the game. And we need to play well for full 40 minutes, where it's time for us to do that. Hopefully that can give us a good step. And I'm excited to see if we can do that.
Kelly.
Do you think that Rodney and Saba are capable of being that physical presence, knocking a guy down in the post, challenging a dunk, the things that Mecca's shown, or your past big men, just being that presence that makes a guy think twice about going to the rim at full speed?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think they have the capabilities, and it just needs to get done, and they're able to do it. We've got to continue to get them better. They're young. They're going to be really good. I'm really excited about them for the long term, but for this year, we do need, and to Rodney's defense, he also was out for a while. So that was his first game back. And look, Saba's, and I think Jordan Mecca's done some good things. We need Jordan to continue to be better offensively if we're going to play some certain ways. So those guys just got to stay ready. They've all been given opportunities, and all 3 just have to stay ready.
Okay, one more round, Rod, and then Kelly.
Yeah, Josh, talking about Miles Kelly, uh, he's had his moments. The last game, I believe, he only played 10 minutes, but he had 3 rebounds. He seems to play with a lot of energy and gets on the boards, causes a little havoc there. How is he progressing in practice? I know you feel that he's a good shooter,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
guess his time is going to come.
Yeah, I love Miles. He's going to be a really good player for us. I mean, he's a freshman. He's averaging about 12 minutes a game on the season as a freshman, and that's great experience for him and time. And so he is a better shooter than his percentages. There's no doubt about that. But I was proud of him. He had 3 rebounds last game, and he just got to keep getting better. And part of being a freshman is once you get to become a sophomore, the biggest jump you make is between your freshman and sophomore year. I just think that's what happens because guys have an understanding, and he's got to have a great offseason in the weight room, continue to get stronger, but he's going to be a big time player for us. I love Miles, and I'm excited about his future. Really excited.
And last one to Kelly.
2 things. Bubba, I assume he's still out. You said, I think on your radio show that you might try to get him a medical if you can. And then the second thing is with Mike, obviously he's not looking comfortable on the court at time with his shot, and it seems like it's in his head a little bit, just the lack of opportunities versus him wanting to hit a 4-point shot essentially for you. Just can you talk about what you can do to help him as well?
Yeah, Bubba's not playing tomorrow or Sunday, Kelly, and at this point, it looks like he's going to be done for the season. And he would, obviously it's not my decision, but he deserves, and I mean, he's got a legit injury and his knees are such not in good shape that he should get a medical red shirt and have another year of eligibility. But he's not going to play the rest of the season. And regarding Michael DeVoe, I mean, look, we need, I mean, Michael knows, I mean, he's doing a lot of good. The issue is, his shot's not falling right now during ACC games, Kelly. It's interesting. In the other years, he didn't shoot well in non-conference, but then turn it on in conference. And this year he shot well in non-conference and not shooting as well in conference. Part of that is the way the teams are guarding him and just kind of all over him. And we just got to keep finding ways. And he's getting some good looks, Kelly. He's getting some good looks. They're not falling right now. But, Michael's such a good shooter that he's due to get hot, and they will fall. And he's just got to keep working at it. And as I've told him, the better he can be defensively, the more he can be on the glass, those type of things. He focuses on that. The offense will take care of itself.
Terrific. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.